It might come as a surprise, but regularly eating the wrong types of nuts can increase your risk of cardiovascular disease by up to 48%, especially if you're over 65. That number isn't just pulled from thin air. It's backed by years of research published in the Journal of the American College of Cardiology. And here's the scary part. Some of the most popular nuts hiding in your pantry may be silently raising your blood pressure, triggering inflammation, clogging arteries, and even accelerating memory decline. Shockingly, many seniors eat these thinking they're doing something good for their health. One nut in particular will reveal which one later contains high levels of a toxic compound that could harm your liver, kidneys, and brain when eaten regularly. Chances are it's already sitting in your snack bowl. But don't worry, we've got you covered. In this video, you'll discover the ultimate guide to nuts. Which ones are safest, best for your heart, and boost brain power, and which ones you should stay far away from. Make sure you stick around to the very end because there's one nut in particular that almost no one talks about, and it could be quietly damaging your health right now. Hit that like button and subscribe for more videos like this. And let us know in the comments, where are you watching from today? Number 4. Almonds, a bone-strengthening powerhouse. One of the top superfoods for aging bodies is the humble almond. Packed with calcium and vitamin E, almonds help keep your bones strong, something that becomes increasingly important after age 65 when bone loss speeds up and fractures become riskier. Just 1 to 4 cups of almonds gives you about 97 milligrams of calcium, not bad for a handful of nuts. But there's more. Almonds are also rich in magnesium, a mineral that many older adults lack. Magnesium plays a key role in transporting calcium to your bones while keeping it out of your arteries, where it doesn't belong. And let's not forget heart health. Almonds are full of healthy monounsaturated fats that help lower bad LDL cholesterol, crucial for reducing heart disease risk as we age. My advice? Aim for 15 to 20 almonds a day. Choose them raw or dry roasted without added salt. Another major benefit, fiber. With about 5 grams per serving, almonds help fight constipation, a common issue affecting up to 40% of seniors. But perhaps most impressive, studies from Tufts University show almonds can protect brain cells from oxidative damage, a key factor in cognitive decline. When shopping, go for almonds with their skin still on. The skins contain flavonoids that, when combined with vitamin E, double the antioxidant power. Just a heads up, if you or someone you care for has trouble swallowing, be sure to chew almonds thoroughly. They can be a choking hazard for some seniors. Number 3. Walnuts, the nut that boosts brain power. Thanks to their striking resemblance to the brain, the very organ they benefit, walnuts are among the most powerful brain foods for older adults. These incredible nuts are the richest source of plant-based omega-3 fatty acids, specifically alpha-linolenic acid, compared to any other commonly consumed nut. That's a big deal for aging brains, since omega-3s support neurotransmission and help preserve the structure of brain cell membranes. In fact, seniors who consumed just 1.5 ounces of walnuts per day for 8 weeks showed major improvements in processing speed and mental flexibility, according to a recent study published in the Journal of Nutrition. What makes walnuts especially unique is their polyphenolic compounds. These antioxidants can cross the blood-brain barrier and directly combat inflammation in neural tissue, a process believed to help slow the onset of neurodegenerative conditions like Alzheimer's and dementia. Another lesser-known benefit? Walnuts contain melatonin, the sleep-regulating hormone that naturally declines with age. Many older adults find that eating a small handful of walnuts before bed helps them sleep more soundly. Walnuts also support heart health in multiple ways. They combine arginine, an amino acid that improves blood vessel function, with polyphenols that reduce oxidative stress. Together, these compounds help maintain artery flexibility and even enhance the effects of blood pressure medication. To get the most benefit, store walnuts in the refrigerator. Their delicate oils go rancid quickly at room temperature, and aim for 7 to 9 walnut halves per day. One more bonus? Keeping your hands active by cracking open walnut shells can help preserve fine motor skills, which naturally decline with age. Don't be discouraged by the natural bitterness of walnuts that's actually a sign of their potent antioxidant content. Number 2. Pistachios, natural blood pressure control and vision support. When it comes to nut-related health benefits for seniors, pistachios might just be the most underrated of them all, especially for managing blood pressure. These bright green gems are unique because they're low in sodium and high in potassium, offering around 285 milligrams per serving. This mineral combination is especially important for older adults because it helps the kidneys release excess sodium, which in turn supports healthy blood pressure levels. In fact, regularly eating pistachios may lower systolic blood pressure by 3 to 5 points, similar to the effect of some prescription medications, but without the side effects. But pistachios aren't just heart smart, they're eye smart too. They contain lutein and zeaxanthin, powerful carotenoids that protect the eyes from age-related macular degeneration, the leading cause of vision loss in people over 60. These nutrients concentrate in the macula of the eye, helping to preserve sight as you age, and they're easy on your teeth too. Unlike harder nuts that can damage crowns or sensitive gums, pistachios offer a satisfying crunch that's gentle enough for aging dental work. Their rich green and purple colors aren't just pretty, they signal the presence of antioxidants, which help neutralize free radicals and slow the aging process throughout the body. Pistachios are also a great choice for mindful snacking. The process of shelling them slows down how quickly you eat, which helps prevent overeating and creates a calming, satisfying ritual. This can even support cognitive function by encouraging more awareness and focus during meals. One study published in the International Journal of Obesity showed that the visual cue of empty pistachio shells helps people, including seniors, naturally limit their intake. And don't worry if arthritis makes shelling a challenge, you can buy half-open pistachios to make it easier on the hands. Aim for about 49 pistachios per day, or roughly 1 ounce. Choose varieties that are unsalted or only lightly salted to avoid excess sodium. And for the 25% of Americans over 65 who are diabetic or pre-diabetic, the 3 grams of fiber per ounce in pistachios can also help regulate blood sugar levels. That makes them not just tasty, but therapeutic. Number 1. Brazil nuts, a powerful ally for thyroid health. At the very top of our list is the Brazil nut, a true nutritional powerhouse for seniors, especially when it comes to thyroid function, a critical but often overlooked aspect of aging well. Just one Brazil nut contains around 96 micrograms of selenium, or about 137% of your daily requirement. That makes it the richest known food source of selenium, a mineral that plays a key role in activating thyroid hormones. These hormones support energy levels, metabolism, and mood stability, all vital for maintaining quality of life in your later years. Many cases of thyroid dysfunction in people over 65 go undiagnosed because symptoms like fatigue, weight gain, or mental fog are often written off as just getting older. That's why adding selenium-rich foods like Brazil nuts can make a real difference. But the benefits don't stop there. The special fatty acids found in Brazil nuts help protect the myelin sheath, the insulation around nerve cells that naturally declines with age. This protection may help preserve reflexes, reaction time, and overall cognitive function. Another advantage? The selenium in Brazil nuts is organically bound, making it easier for your body to absorb and use compared to synthetic supplements. Brazil nuts are so nutrient-dense that you only need 1 or 2 a day to experience their full effects. Their naturally creamy, slightly sweet flavor also makes them a pleasant treat. Just remember, too much selenium can be harmful, so don't overdo it. Stick with 1 or 2 nuts per day. When shopping, look for Brazil nuts still in their shells. This natural packaging helps preserve their nutrients longer. And due to their high fat content, it's best to store them in the refrigerator to prevent spoilage. Brazil nuts also contain a good mix of fiber and natural oils that help promote digestive regularity, another win for older adults dealing with constipation. For those who usually reach for highly processed snacks, Brazil nuts offer a wholesome, satisfying alternative. And here's the most exciting part. New research suggests that antioxidants found in Brazil nuts may help slow the shortening of telomeres, the protective caps on chromosomes that shrink as we age and are directly linked to cellular aging. If you're over 65, Brazil nuts might just be one of the smartest additions to your daily routine. Avoid number 4. Peanuts, inflammatory triggers, and hidden toxins. Despite being one of the most popular snacks in America, peanuts pose real dangers for older adults, and most people have no idea. To begin with, peanuts aren't technically nuts. They're legumes, which means they grow underground. This makes them especially vulnerable to mold growth and contamination by aflatoxins, toxic substances produced by certain molds. Aflatoxins are harmful to the liver and may even raise your cancer risk if consumed regularly. As we age, our body's ability to detoxify naturally slows down, which makes it even harder for seniors to handle these toxins effectively. Even without an allergy, peanuts can trigger inflammatory reactions in many people. That's bad news for older adults who are already at increased risk of joint pain, cardiovascular issues, and cognitive decline, all of which can be worsened by chronic inflammation. To make things worse, peanuts are extremely high in omega-6 fatty acids. While omega-6s aren't inherently bad, most people, especially in the U.S., already consume far too many of them, and not enough anti-inflammatory omega-3s. This imbalance contributes to inflammation throughout the body. There is another hidden danger. Vitamin K in peanuts can interfere with blood-thinning medications like warfarin, commonly prescribed to seniors. Many doctors don't mention this interaction, but it can be serious. And commercial peanut butters? They're often loaded with hydrogenated oils, added sugars, and excess sodium, which strain the heart and raise blood pressure, a major concern for the 63% of American seniors who already have hypertension. Even natural peanut butter isn't entirely safe. It can still raise blood pressure, and if stored improperly, peanuts can go rancid, creating free radicals that damage cells and accelerate aging. Also alarming, the dry roasting process used in many peanut products creates acrylamide, a compound linked to potential cognitive damage, especially concerning for those already worried about memory loss. Even if you've eaten peanuts for years without any issues, it might be time to rethink them. Switching to one of the safer nuts we've already covered even just a few days a week can reduce your exposure to these hidden dangers while still giving you plenty of health benefits. Avoid number 3, cashews, the hidden blood sugar spike. Cashews may seem like a safe and even healthy snack, but for seniors, they carry some surprising risks that are often overlooked. To start, cashews are very high in carbohydrates compared to other nuts, about 9 grams per ounce, and they have a high glycemic impact. That's bad news for the nearly 25% of adults over 65 with diabetes, and the 48% who are pre-diabetic. While they may not taste sweet, cashews can cause spikes in blood sugar, which can be especially dangerous for people trying to manage their glucose levels. And because they have a reputation as a healthy nut, many older adults eat them without realizing the impact. Their soft, curved shape also poses a choking risk, especially for those with swallowing issues. In fact, cashews are among the most commonly aspirated nuts in seniors, meaning they can accidentally enter the airway instead of the digestive tract. Nutritionally, cashews don't stack up well against other nuts. They're low in fiber and they contain oxalates compounds that bind to calcium in your gut and make it harder to absorb. That's a serious issue for seniors who are already at higher risk of osteoporosis. Those same oxalates also raise the risk of kidney stones, especially after age 60. Another issue, the way cashews are processed. They go through heavy treatment to remove urushiol, a toxic chemical also found in poison ivy. This processing strips away many nutrients. Most store-bought cashews are also oil roasted and heavily salted, adding harmful fats and sodium that further stress the cardiovascular system. On top of that, cashews contain enzyme inhibitors that interfere with protein digestion. That's not ideal for older adults who often already struggle with digestion and nutrient absorption. Cashews are also easy to overeat. Their creamy, smooth texture makes them incredibly palatable, but that can lead to excess calorie consumption, especially during a life stage when weight management becomes more challenging. If you're reaching for cashews out of habit, consider replacing them with almonds or walnuts. Both offer more nutrients, fewer risks, and are much better suited for aging bodies. Avoid number 2. Macadamia nuts, the calorie bomb that sneaks up on you. Macadamia nuts may taste luxurious and buttery, but they come with a heavy nutritional cost, especially for seniors. They are, quite simply, the most calorie-dense nut available, packing around 200 calories per ounce. As we age, our metabolism naturally slows, making it harder to burn off excess calories. What's more, macadamias are loaded with fat, about 22 grams per ounce, which puts added strain on the gallbladder, especially in older adults. For the 15% of seniors who have asymptomatic gallstones, eating high-fat foods like macadamias can trigger painful episodes without warning. These nuts also contain one of the highest levels of saturated fat among all nuts, about 3 grams per ounce, which can raise LDL cholesterol. That's a serious concern for many older adults who are already managing heart disease or high cholesterol levels. Macadamias are also extremely dense and hard, making them a real hazard for oral health. Seniors with weakened enamel, crowns, or dental bridges are particularly at risk of cracked teeth or damaged dental work. On the practical side, macadamia nuts are among the most expensive nuts, and budget-conscious seniors may be tempted to buy cheaper, poorly stored alternatives. Unfortunately, macadamias spoil easily, and when not stored properly, they can develop oxidized fats, which create harmful free radicals and inflammation. Many commercially available macadamia nuts are also oil-roasted and heavily salted, adding even more unhealthy fats and sodium to an already problematic snack. Their rich flavor and texture can also be deceiving. Because they're so satisfying, it's easy to overeat them, especially for older adults whose taste preferences may shift toward richer, bolder foods over time. It's concerning that many seniors eat macadamias believing they're good for the heart, when in reality, most research on heart-healthy nuts excludes high-fat varieties like these. If you're eating macadamia nuts regularly, consider switching to pistachios. They provide a far better nutrient profile, especially for the aging body. Avoid number 1. Pine nuts, a risky mix of drug interactions and digestive issues. Pine nuts may seem harmless, especially when sprinkled on salads or blended into pesto, but for older adults, they can pose a surprising number of serious risks. To begin with, pine nuts contain compounds that interfere with more than 60% of commonly prescribed medications for seniors. This includes statins, antidepressants, and blood pressure drugs. That's alarming considering that most doctors and pharmacists don't routinely warn patients about food-drug interactions. But for people over 65, these interactions can reduce the effectiveness of medications or cause dangerous side effects. Even more unsettling is something known as pine nut syndrome. It's a condition where pine nuts leave a lingering, bitter, metallic taste in the mouth, sometimes lasting for weeks. That might sound minor, but in older adults, it can be devastating. Changes in taste are strongly linked to reduced appetite and poor nutrition, and research shows that up to 42% of affected individuals experience significant weight loss. This syndrome appears to be more common in seniors, possibly due to age-related changes in taste receptors and slower detoxification pathways. Pine nuts are also high in polyunsaturated fats, which oxidize quickly and form inflammatory compounds, especially problematic for those already dealing with arthritis or other inflammatory conditions. They're also tiny and slippery, which makes them a choking risk, especially for older adults who struggle with swallowing or have dry mouth, a side effect of many prescription medications. And there's more. Pine nuts contain enzyme inhibitors that can impair protein digestion. Since the body's natural ability to absorb protein declines with age, this can further undermine nutritional health. Pine nuts are also calorie-dense due to their high fat content, which can contribute to unwanted weight gain in a life stage where weight control is already more difficult. Even in their most common form, pesto pine nuts can be problematic, especially for seniors with gallbladder or metabolic issues. And worryingly, recent research suggests that certain compounds in pine nuts may accelerate age-related macular degeneration, the leading cause of vision loss in older adults. For anyone over 65, it's wise to limit or avoid pine nuts altogether. Your body, brain, and medications will thank you. After 65, even small changes in your diet can have a major impact on your overall health, energy levels, and mental clarity. And as we've seen, not all nuts are created equal. Choosing the right ones like almonds for bones, walnuts for brain power, pistachios for heart and eye health, and Brazil nuts for thyroid support can help you feel stronger, think sharper, and age more gracefully. At the same time, it's just as important to know which nuts to avoid. Peanuts, cashews, macadamias, and pine nuts may look innocent, but they can carry risks, especially when it comes to inflammation, digestion, medication interactions, and long-term chronic health concerns. The good news? You don't need to make huge changes overnight. Consistently choosing the right foods, even in small amounts, leads to big results over time. So, now it's your turn. Have you noticed a change in your health from adding or removing certain nuts from your diet? Do you swear by one nut in particular? We'd love to hear from you in the comments. And if you found this video helpful, hit that like button, subscribe for more health insights, and share this with someone who could benefit. Take care, and remember, the best health decisions often start with the smallest steps.